what's good? RJ Bakula here with another keyboard review, this time from the awesome peeps at Nuphy, a reputable mechanical keyboard brand renowned for their stylish and high-quality, low-profile mechanical keyboards. It wasn't too long ago where low-profile keyboards were seemingly just a trend, not so accepted in the mech keyboard enthusiast community, and were very limited when it came to performance, as well as keycap and switch options. Now it's a growing popular sub-niche that's catching up to its bigger brother counterpart in terms of quality, typing experience, and customizability. Nuphy kindly sent me their Air96 V2 compact full-size low-profile mechanical keyboard, along with their new Folio V3 carry case for review. As always, these are my own honest thoughts and opinions. Now let's unbox these. My favorite aspect of this Nuphy Air96 V2 is its compact form factor and portability. Even though it is a full-size keyboard with a numpad configuration, somehow it still fits comfortably in my average-sized Herschel backpack. The thin, low-profile height of the keyboard is probably slightly thicker than your regular notebook or journal, which means it's not a bulky mass that'll hog up space in your backpack, suitcase, or even tote bag. The lightweight yet sturdy materials of the Nuphy Air96 V2 also makes it travel friendly. Of course, what makes it even more great for travel is the optional Nuphy V3 travel case, which doubles both as a durable protection for your keyboard while traveling and also as a fold-out workstation stand for your tablet and/or smartphone. There are a set of strong magnets in the case that locks your keyboard securely in place. It really is quite handy, especially when I want to take my creativity and productivity on the road. I've always loved how Nuphy keyboards have looked in the past, and this one is no exception. Essentially, it carries the same design from V1, but now has 3 colors and keycap colorways to choose from, instead of the 2, Ionic White, Lunar Gray, and the newest color, Basalt Black. I opted for the Lunar Gray to match my Mac Studio setup at my workplace. The gray-white keycap combination with the teal, orange, and yellow accent keys really tickles my design fancy. Nuphy have even included extra accent keycaps if you wanted to switch those colors around, as well as some Windows-friendly keycaps. The keyboard top frame is aluminum with a nice grainy metal finish, while the underbody is a translucent ABS plastic that has a mirrored metallic plate attached with Nuphy's branding on it. The colored accents on the fold-out feet, toggles, and USB port are also a nice touch. The RGB lighting is pretty good too, but what's interesting are the 2 small RGB light strips located on the top side left and right of the keyboard, which aren't just for looks. The left strip indicates caps lock as well as connectivity mode, and the right strip indicates battery level and sleep mode. Lastly, in terms of aesthetics, I have to praise the packaging and overall branding and design by Nuphy. There's definitely a premium designer touch to it all, reminiscent of the premium packaging experience of Apple products. This also extends to the very stylish Nuphy V3 carry case with its eye-catching yellow outer material and a rubbery felt hand grip and latch as sure to turn heads when traveling with your keyboard or dropping into a cafe to do extra work. An advantage of low-profile keyboards compared to regular mechanical keyboards is that they are more ergonomically friendly. The slim mechanical switches and keycaps means you don't have to raise your wrist as much to type, which can minimize wrist strain and pressure. I normally use a wrist rest when using regular mechanical keyboards. On this Nuphy Air96 V2, I can use it without wrist support and not feel strain or discomfort as much when I do speed typing or prolonged typing sessions. The 3 levels of height angle can also help your wrist posture. Thockiness is not something you would typically expect from a low-profile keyboard, but the Nuphy Air96 V2 has a decent feel and sound, considering the keycaps are shorter and switches are smaller. Inside this keyboard, as slim as it may be, Nuphy packed in layers of sound dampening, including Poron plate foam, IXPE switch pad, and PET film, as well as silicone spacers under the spacebar. My Air96 shipped with pre-looped Gatoron alloy switches, but also came with a sample of their other available switches. Personally, their Cowberry switch came closest to Thoc for me. Performance-wise, I was surprised to find that I actually typed faster on these at a speed of about 96 words per minute, so close to my goal of reaching 100 WPM. For so long, I've been stuck at around 85 words per minute on regular profile mechanical keyboards. I guess having a low profile keyboard like the Air96 V2 is my cheat code to faster productivity. The wireless mode also boasts low latency performance, especially when using the 2.4 GHz dongle, which clocks at 1000 Hz polling rate. Something that I lament a lot with the recent keyboards I've tried and reviewed is that they often use their own proprietary keyboard software, which have a tendency to trigger my antivirus software for malware and spyware. Thankfully, the Nuphy Air96 V2 has QMK VIA support, which the V1 didn't previously have. You can make your own layers of key bindings, control and customize your RGB lighting, and even run diagnostic tests on your keyboard. Apart from additional functionality, there's just a peace of mind when you use trusted and safe keyboard software. The VIA software doesn't even have to be installed on your computer, it's all loaded up in the browser. While we're talking about software, the other thing I really like about the Nuphy Air96 V2 is that it's really Mac friendly. A lot of keyboards do have an OS toggle, but I find that they are usually biased to one operating system over another, especially when switching from Windows Alt key configurations to Apple Option Command. The Air96 V2 is Mac ready out of the box. It works perfectly with my Mac Studio for work, my iPad Pro, and even my iPhone. The function keys for multimedia controls and other macOS specific functions are conveniently reflected on the keycaps. And then when I work at home on my PC laptop and switch to Windows toggle on my Air 96, I have no problems with the key assignments. The Nuphy Air 96 V2 is a fabulous looking keyboard that feels and sounds great to type on, but is unfortunately hampered by wireless connectivity issues. In the first few days of having this keyboard, the Bluetooth connection was working perfectly with my PC laptop, Apple Mac Studio, and even my iPad Pro. Then after a short time, somehow the connection became unreliable, and now it just completely doesn't recognize the Bluetooth connection on any device. I've used QMK to flash the latest firmware updates, but still my Bluetooth issues haven't been resolved. I'm quite sad about it, but I'm also cautiously optimistic that this is just a software glitch that can be fixed with an upcoming firmware update. Fingers crossed. On top of the Bluetooth problem, I have found the 2.4 GHz wireless connection to be also problematic. Most times it works, but occasionally it loses connection, which is a darn shame since the connection boasts a fast 1000 Hz polling rate. When the connection is somewhat stable, there are also a few times where there are phantom key presses or locked key presses. Again, this appears to be a software problem rather than a hardware problem, and should be resolvable by a software fix of some sort. Otherwise, out of the box, when 2 out of your 3 connectivity modes are not reliable, that's not a good sign for Nuphy, but let's hope they can bounce from this. My other gripes with this keyboard are actually minimal and somewhat nitpicky. The compact, non-exploded 96% layout needs time getting used to, with the regular keys and numpad all bunched together. And I always find myself accidentally pressing the screenshot key, which is next to the small delete key. One thing I do appreciate is the key groove in the upper arrow key and the number 5 key in the middle of the numpad to help guide you by touch. The build quality does seem slightly cheap with a plastic bottom casing, but that's the trade-off to make this keyboard lightweight and travel friendly, and live up to its Air moniker. My last gripe is that this keyboard isn't automatically recognized yet by the VIA software. You need to download a .json config file and then upload it to VIA for it to recognize and configure the Air 96 V2, which isn't a big hassle but still inconvenient. Rest assured, Nuphy have said that they're working on that auto recognition with VIA. The out-of-the-box connectivity issues on this Air 96 V2 is a bummer, and can be a real deal breaker for a lot of people. I still remain hopeful that Nuphy can resolve these issues through software updates. Otherwise, I have to say, I really dig this low-profile keyboard. Its style and design really suits my taste. It feels really good to type on, despite the low-profile switches and keycaps. I feel less wrist strain, and I actually perform faster with this. This is going to be my new daily driver at work, jiving well with my Mac workflow there. And when I feel like doing some writing or scripting outside, like in a cafe, I'm going to be using this Nuphy Air 96 V2, of course with the super stylish and practical Nufolio V3 carry case and foldable workstation stand. If you're interested in giving this keyboard a chance and purchasing it, there are links below in the description. And you can use my special discount code RJBakulo to enjoy 10% off your purchase. And hey, if you found value in this video, please give the algorithm a bump by hitting the like button or subscribe to my channel to see more awesome content like this. As I always like to say, make life click.